you for your daily come up for September 9th, 2021. Hope all is well with you all. I want to thank you all for your like, share, subscribe, rocking with me, and just, moving forward in spite of what is going on. I feel like a lot of you are working this September series, working through growth. Um, in spite of what it looks like, what it sounds like, what they say, what they did. Um, the energy here that's shuffled in, is at the bottom of the deck. We're starting off with the Seven of Cups in reverse here. Some of you may be dealing with things and going through things that just have not panned out. Relationship wise, I feel like a lot of you have grown past the immaturity level with some people. Some of you are wondering what to go, what to do from here. Where to go, what to do, what to say, to try to clear up some discrepancies, or just, bad thoughts or ideas that may have come up, you know. Um, just, working through misunderstandings, working through immaturity. Some of you have been with people since high school, or just you've been together the last 10, 12 years, and you, neither one of you took the relationship serious, because both of you said at one point that you weren't ready to commit, but y'all was still hanging. And then somebody may have taken advantage. You may have been someone who may have taken advantage, um, just of the kindness, took advantage of your love, you still giving in spite of them messing up, they still giving to you in spite of you messing up. So let's see what the energy is set for today. Sitting in the shade. It's hot today, but I'm in the shade today. See what's going on here. Give me this energy, creator. And then a lot of you sent over so much love. A lot of you have emailed me and just, hey, NeenaRose, what's up with you? What you been up to? You know what I'm saying? We missed you, type of thing. And I really appreciate y'all just, looking out and doing what it takes. You know what I'm saying? Um, so at the bottom of the deck right now is the Page of Cups. Some of you may be getting apologies. Some may be sincere, some may not be sincere. And a lot of you are getting apologies based off of leaving a situation alone, based off letting go, based off of just a level of deception. You know what I'm saying? Or they're seeing that they no longer can tap in. So you may be getting apologies. You may be getting some of y'all getting gifts. Y'all apologies are no longer just words. Some of y'all are getting gifts, and the gifts are good, but it's not sincere. So it's just kind of like, that last straw before you honestly leave me alone. I'm going to ask you to marry me, to take my friendship ring or some shit. You know what I'm saying? You have the Hermit here in reverse. Could be dealing with a Virgo, or just the energy of coming out of something, of an illusion, out of deception. Just some knowledge may have came about that just did not pan out. You have the World card here, so you have two major arcana so far that just came out. You have the Seven of Swords, and then you have the Four of Pentacles. Then there's a guaranteed success. I'm hearing guaranteed success. Some of you, it took you leaving somebody alone, took you taking your power back for someone to actually act right, for them to come in and do what it takes to be the person they need to be in your life. Some of you took like with the Four of Pentacles here, some of you took your energy back, you took your power back, you took back the meat and the potatoes of the relationship. You took it back. You know what I'm saying? You took it back to the point of ownership. I own me. I own what I say. I own what I do. And I feel like there are a lot of people that are going to go back because what they was once getting that came freely when dealing with you, they're not getting anymore. So now they have to go find something else to do. You know. The Seven of Swords is here. And some of you may be picking up the pieces from things that just didn't, that wasn't true. They lied. They brought in a sense of deception. They brought in a level of uncertainty. And a lot of people going into, like I said, a lot of people are looking at relationships on a level of, well, damn, I've been going through this with this person and it just ain't paid off. You get to that level, especially when you come out of immaturity, you get to that level of like, well, you know what? They didn't treat me right. Or this here is not right. This is not right how they did me. This is not right. And it's not like you voicing it to somebody, but a lot of you are looking at, you're counting the cost. What have I given up? What have I lost? I feel like the Seven of Swords here, this person is honestly looking at, I'm trying to protect what's left, but y'all already done got away with a lot of shit. That's why the Four of Pentacles came up next. I'm going to hold on to what I have, and I'm not going to let y'all have any more. Some of you are looking at the things that you've been paying for, what you've been doing, and it's kind of like this didn't pan out the way I wanted it to. This was an investment that yielded dividends, it didn't yield fruit, it didn't yield anything. But why is that? Why do we feel like things should be yielding something else? Because we know that's what the profit margin is, right? You should be yielding some things based off of what you have. This energy is flowing this month. Hang out in places that's flowing, that's flowing with energy of prosperity, of people paying their dues and reaping. They're reaping a harvest. I should not be talking to anybody that's trying to dig in my pocket. I should be talking to people that's like, hey, let's get to the next level. Let's go ahead and make some moves. Let's buy some things that's gonna take us to the next level. Let's hey, I know you I know you deal with that product and you selling this and that, but such and such got some product over here that you may want to add to that. You know, we should be dealing with people who help, not people who take away. Where the foundation is not so much shaky, where everything isn't always an issue. Or people who, you only talking to people who basically looking to come up off of somebody, looking for something free. It shouldn't be that way at all. Let me clarify this Hermit in reverse and the World card, and then we're going to see what else the universe has for what's going on here. But I feel like some of you are protecting things that what's left. You're protecting what's left, not so much what you're not even looking for what has gotten away. You're trying to protect what you have now. You know, what's left at this point, because now you're strategizing in a different level. That's working through the growth. I'm not going to call you and trip with you about what you took, or that you may have gotten too much product and you know it. I'm going to keep moving forward, and whatever password you use to get in, whatever it is that you use to get in, no longer lets you in. I'm going to block the access. I'm going to deny the access, right? You have here the Three of Cups here with the Hierophant in reverse. See, some of you are learning now to deal with people who are honestly moving forward, but without the deceptive energy. Let me get another one here. Okay, this one to come out, that turned down. The Queen of Cups. See, this is the thing. You're starting to learn that I'm going to deal with people who are desiring the same things I desire. If you don't desire what I desire, why am I dealing with you? Don't have to be a love relationship. But if I'm dealing with you and we're trying to do business and we end up on a personal note and then nothing gets done, somebody has to be the bigger person and say, you know what, I'm gonna have to holler at you later because I gotta get some stuff done. My bills are still gonna be due. Some of you have worked through this growth. My stuff is still due. I still have stuff to do. And then it's like, okay, blessing upon blessing. Okay, fine. But I need to work through this. And I need to deal with people who work in businesses. I remember I asked somebody one day, because I knew they had the money. But if we could invest in something, they said, I don't have a business mind. And I was like, well, goddamn. I hadn't thought about it like that. But you still could make the money. This person goes to work every day. They're not an entrepreneur. They're none of that. And what I didn't realize until we had that conversation, this person admitted that they don't have a business mind. I'm not into business. I don't handle that part. I really wouldn't know what to do. They don't invest their money. They don't do none of that. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that some people are really in the wrong place trying to be real. They're really in a place of you're somewhere trying to sell somebody something that don't even have a need for that. Don't even have a mind for it. And it took me a minute to realize that I had to work with people who were passionate about the same thing. I had to get involved with groups and network with people who are doing the same thing. If somebody's having a business expo and I own my own contracting agency, I'm going to I should be able to deal with them and make money with them, because what? This is what they're pulling in. I'm not going to go to a bake-off and try to do something with my contractors and we have nothing to do with baking. Or I have nothing to do. If that niche is not it, turn to that area and say, you know what, let me go over here where they're doing business like I want to do business. They may be shisty. They still may be shady. But it's the niche you're looking for. That you're looking for the same area. And some people are struggling because what? When you get into things, what they tell you, especially these marketing type things where you sign up for these groups and they tell you to get your family contact list out. I've always hated that. I've never caught it. I'd be like, well, why you didn't make any sales? I didn't call my people. My people ain't finna spend no money with me. They don't even want me to make it. Why you gonna spend money with me? I just never understood that tactic. I felt like that was self-sabotaging, especially for if you like me. If your family ain't shit, at the end of the day, you can't take them nowhere. I can't do nothing with them. I'm not saying that I'm better than them. You just know most people don't spend money with you because they know you. Whether your product is good or not, they're not even going to support you, even though they act like they want to. Some people will come up and be like, hey, you doing readings and this, but they want a free read. Why you want a free reading? And then you know my readings be real. You want a free read? No. But you're not going to invest in because this will pays my bills. So you don't even want to help me out like that. I mean, we helping each other. That's why we have to get into a place of where we're dealing with people who don't mind paying for the work. Because if you're doing exactly what you need to do, you ain't got to worry about the rest. And I feel like this energy here, you're closing out a cycle. I'm about to clarify this world card, but you closed out a cycle that they got you messed up. I'm dealing with people who are passionate about their endeavors and they finna go get it. I pulled up in a place. I remember when years ago when I was married, I had these ideas, and I've always been an entrepreneur. This is not new to me. I've always had this mindset, and I realized marrying my ex, he wasn't that. He talked me out of an idea that really just would mess me up. And here recently, that idea came back. I didn't even realize I had forgotten about it until it came back up. And a lot of you are dealing with old thoughts and memories now because what? You didn't clear away the cobwebs. You didn't clear away the debris. There's nothing holding you back now. A lot of you are dealing with true love relationships because you couldn't have it before because what? Too emotionally hurt from your upbringing, from your first love, your second and third love. Just the deceptive energy that comes in that try to take you to a level of despair. And it's a lot of this wisdom of growing. I would never want to go back to not knowing. Some people mad that they woke up. I'm glad I woke up, because I was living a foolish life. I mean, all my decisions now ain't the best, but they better than what they used to be. Let me get something out here for the world card. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck now is the death. You see what I'm saying? It's all gonna tie in together at some point. At this point, it's like, okay, I'm working the change and the transition. But a lot of you are sitting here, you counting the numbers, you adding the figures, and it's not adding up. Wanna know why? Because you have people in your energy that's not even about their business. Don't let somebody, and I'm saying don't let somebody stay home and not work, and they're not an entrepreneur. If you are a worker, get your ass out there and go work. If you've married a worker, you need to let them keep their job. They need to go back to the bank and work. They need to go back to the school and work. Whatever it is that they purpose to do, let them go do. Because at this point, you done pulled them off their purpose, and now they are not bringing in that scratch. Understand what happened. It's okay. We make mistakes. But if you're the entrepreneur, or if you're the person that needs to be working, you need to get in your position. See, we're in crunch time right now. COVID put a lot of people in the headlock. You better realize what happened. COVID put a lot of people in the headlock. Because what? If you was already struggling and confused, then COVID came and we really struggling and confused with the unemployment and sitting at home and I'm gonna try to make this business work and all this kind of stuff. And now you got people doing stuff that's not purposed to be an entrepreneur. They cannot make it work. And if those of you that are purposed to be entrepreneurs have slack, you pull back, you slacked in what it is that you're supposed to be doing. Why is that? Because wherever area you weak in, you haven't been working in that area. You need help still. If you need help building your finances, you still got a problem. And the person that you're dealing with may not be that. They may need to go back to work. Understand how some things come in to not just drag you down, but yank you down to the ground on your back and drag you. Some things was meant to drag you, but it looked like it was helping you. A lot of you got drag marks on your back right now, and you don't know where they came from. Where you got drugged when you was dealing with the COVID, being at home, gaining weight, in despair, eating crap you had stopped eating years ago. Just went back to everything. But that was the purpose. It was designed for you to go back, because what? We're in a more health conscious system now than we've ever been. All over the world. You got countries that don't even accept our food from the U.S. The food goes over there and they get mad and put it in a pit and burn it. The stuff that comes from the U.S. that we consume. We have to understand how to get out without actually stepping out. We have to clear our mind. We have to get to that point of wanting to be detox, wanting to be clean, wanting to get a better system about ourselves. We should want that. The Five of Wands here. This is community conflict. This is clarifying the world. Things that you put to rest. I'm not dealing with this no more. I'm not going to be fussing and fighting with y'all. I'm going to the community store and y'all mistreat my people. I'm not going to be spending my money with you. Or every time I go somewhere, you mad at, I find a whole race is mad at me. Do you know the person I just left and did business with? Because in a minute, I'm going to stop doing business with all of you. See, people get beyond themselves when they get comfortable. See, it's a lot of you that's supposed to be suing right now. I was talking about this the other day. Some of you have been violated racially, discriminated against, your kids. And the reason why you can't see outside that box is the spells that come along with the deception. You be praying against these spells, the deceptive energy that's coming in to try to take you out. People will take your kids out. You send your kids to school, and then you don't know what them teachers telling them kids. I'm not telling you to come up against the teachers, But everybody ain't good. I know I done had my dealings with a fair share, a few of them. And some of them was a hot mess. And some of them messed with innocent souls. The kids are still innocent. They're not making the choices. Unless you just got some bad kids and you letting them just wreak havoc right now. But that's not who I'm talking. I'm hoping I'm not talking to you. Anyway, that's energy I don't like to deal with, because I feel like you need to put your children in their place. You have here the Seven of Pentacles. See, a lot of you have worked for some things, but if you're not careful, if you're dealing with somebody, and it's okay to deal with people who are workers, but if you're dealing with somebody who is not an entrepreneur by right, they didn't have it in them until they met you. They don't really have the ideas. Let them go back to work. Stop trying to pull somebody in on your purpose. Because see, we're good at that until we realize we are a one-man show. You will pull in the help that you need, but don't drag your mate or don't break up because you all aren't there. Some of you need the mate's income. They need to go back to work while you put your ducks in a row with the entrepreneurship. Some of you need to go back to work. Get you a side hustle. But not even that. You got to understand how to make things work. Because there was a rift that came in to tear down the unions that was making it work. You got to know where you at. When that person told me that I'm not business minded. I'm not that. I couldn't do that. I wouldn't know where to start. That was being honest. Even if it was just maybe it was their excuse, but they don't have a business. They don't have any investments. So I can look back now and see that they still have it that way. So it must have been true. And a lot of you need to look at the things that are going on. Don't drag people with your purpose. And then you drag yourself. Because some people come in to invest. They go to work every day. They can help you invest. And it's not that user spirit. It's just the whole point of, I'm sending you help. Don't drag your help into the CEO. They're not the CEO. You can't give them every part of the plan. This behavior comes off of, we think we need somebody to hustle with, and we really don't. We really don't need that. Because if you got the idea, you work the part that you work, and then you outsource the rest. I talked about this October last year. I remember this, especially with the Libra reading. I don't know, it was hitting Libras hard. But a lot of people need to learn to outsource. You need go sign up with a temporary agency and pay somebody to do the part that you can't do, or the part that's interfering with what you need to do. Don't go get people that don't know what to do and you just paying them because they just need a job. That's how businesses crash before they get started. A contractor is only going to be there for the amount of time that you say that they can be there. Call around to some of these agencies and see what's going on in your area, and get if you need security, get a contract in a security company a couple of days a week to walk employees to the cars at a certain time. You have to outthink your opponent, and sometimes your opponent is yourself. Give yourself what you need. Understand that if I'm doing this here, I need to make this work. I can't not make this work, because that means I'm not going to eat. I got to eat at the end of the day. I got to eat throughout the day. You don't want it to be where you are pushing your ideas on somebody that don't want it. People who sign up who need a job, or run an ad in the paper, part-time, doing this, exactly what it's going to be doing. Or run an ad on Indeed. Pick up that entrepreneur skill and put it to work. You know what I'm saying? All this, and another thing, it's a lot of people doing business on Cash App. Cash App is not business, that's personal. Cash App is owned by Square. Square is the business side. Look in, and if you need the link, I can put the link in the description box when I get off of here, but I can put the link in there for you all to Set up with Square. Set your business up with Square. Even if you, that way, at the end of the year, they got all that stuff added up what you done made off your business. You could create links and everything. That's how I do my stuff. But when I say that, you all need to get with the business side of what you got going and stop going with this. Well, I was doing it like this here because no, now you're finna get in trouble with the IRS. Cash App is straight personal. That's nowhere near business, and people doing business on there on a regular, thinking it's all good. They have a whole app straight for business, telling you about your taxes in your area, the whole nine, and they even give you a website. You know what I'm saying, for your business. A lot of times we don't look into other stuff because we just don't know, but we have to also abide by the rules. Don't let the rules take you out, or you gonna finesse this hood or this hood thing or however you want to do it. You can't do it like that. And then get mad when somebody come and tell you, hey, you owe this because you didn't take taxes out that money and you was doing this for a business. Don't even let somebody be in your business like that. My daddy always said, handle your business when you got the opportunity. Because when somebody else gonna handle it, you ain't gonna like it. You know what I'm saying? So by the time it get across their table and they get to looking at these rules and you done broke them, you on a whole nother ball game, right? Losing cards here to win, trying to get. Tear up. You get my card for me, please? So let me do this here for the win. Try to beat up my stuff and see what's up. Thank you, ma'am. You have Temperance here, clarifying the world card, the Six of Cups, and then you have the Hierophant. Okay. Understand, working through growth is just what I just said. Don't do what you did last year, because last year it didn't work. Last year it just wasn't. It didn't pay off. If you still struggling, you got to pick up new work ethics. Some of you are gonna get new contracts with the Hierophant here. Some of you may go back and do business with people that you didn't do business with before because you just didn't know them and you were still thinking under a personal aspect when this was a business deal. This is not a. I'm not gonna run and go do business with my cousin and they didn't even get their business off the ground. That's not good judgment. I'm gonna go do business with somebody because they got their business off the ground. Now, when my cousin get their stuff together, and then I can honestly file and say I did business with them without them getting in trouble, then they can see me. I can see them. But this is working through growth. This series of this month is honestly looking back at what didn't work and making them changes. That don't mean go and kick your mate out. You know what I'm saying? If that person is not an entrepreneur or you're not an entrepreneur, everybody need to get to their own spot. Okay, we done with these ideas that's not working. We done with the progression, the false progression. We're very busy, but nothing's in the bank account. We don't have nothing to show for it. That's that false progression. That's that I'm in business, but I makes no money. And I'm always broke, but I make it. I make this look good. We have to get to a level of finessing the truth. Finesse the truth. And the truth is, that's just like, how you get to talking about something and you passionate about something. They can't stop the flow, because that's the truth. And then that's how your money come in. You finesse the truth. You shouldn't be finessing no lie, because that's manipulation. That's the magician in the reverse. We got to know where we're going. Some of you are looking at the things that you created with the Seven of Pentacles here, and you trying to get balanced out, but you're looking at old concepts and ideas with the Six of Cups. That's old stuff. You're going to have to incorporate some new ways of doing things. The flyers on the cars used to be a good thing till it got so damn hot, till it was melting the stuff on people's windshield, and it's like, hold up, step off my car. They damn sure ain't gonna do no business with you then, because they gotta get a scraper and scrape it off and go to a shop and get somebody to get it off their car. You have to understand the signs of the times. What are we doing now? We are in a technology age. We do need to pay for advertisements. We do need to get into the realm of whatever, but for our niche. I'm not gonna go and on a car sales site and put my tarot readings there. That's not the niche. You know what I'm saying? That's not where it goes. But some of you are gonna get new contracts because you're gonna focus out on the things that you need. That's the whole point of the growth. You work through that growth. You get it together. You got the temperance here being clarified by the King of Swords in reverse. You're going to get balanced out on this wisdom. You're going to bring in some new thoughts. Not, okay, you know what? I'm going to work it like this. I'm going to go see my people today. But I'm going to go see my people that work this part of the game that I don't do. Some of you need an accountant. You can hire an accountant for a couple of days out the week or a couple of certain days out the month. Some of you need somebody to go over your books and make sure they straight. And then, you know, the thing is, I notice here when you go get your DBA, when you go get your license, you know, to practice and whatever that doing business as, a lot of them have tax rules and regulations. They do. Wherever you live at, you can go and sign up for a class for free to show you how to do business taxes and how to really do your thing without actually getting in trouble. But this is something that you got to do for your stuff. This is not something that you look for somebody else to do. And then when you go get an accountant, you can know when they lying to you. See, a lot of times when you hear about this embezzlement and people signing these contracts and you signing paperwork, you don't even know what you should and shouldn't be signing. But if you go down there where you get your DBA from, they do have they have even people that offer tax classes, that offer what you need to just get started, where you can kind of know where you're at, what you're doing. The Hierophant here is being clarified by the moon in reverse. Some things are coming out that was hidden. And it's not even just hidden from you. It's just knowledge you hadn't thought about that goes along with the business. The moon in reverse is being clarified. And pulled 2 cards here. The moon in reverse is being clarified by the 5 of Pentacles. And the Chariot is here in reverse. Some of you all are going to go in a different direction than what you were going in. Yeah, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So that's like basically the way that you've been investing, you're going to change it up. Because you need if I put out $1, I need 2 back. You need to have that in my mindset. Okay, so if you need $75 a day to pay your bills, every day you got to make that 75. You got to be able to break your money down to where I know how it's going to come in, and I know this needs to come in every day. And people, I used to be tripping off people when they say they got an extra check. How you get an extra check and you still in the hole? That ain't no extra check. That is not even good accounting principles. But if you don't know, you don't know. But I would hear people say, well, I got an extra check, so I'm going to do this. You don't have an extra check and you in debt. Your rent still due. That money need to go in the bank and you need to keep adding to it. We're not taught savings. You know, you save up for something. And I was taught to psych yourself out. That's how I was taught. If you got a car note that's $300 some a month, you save up $600 and put the other $3 in the bank. That's how I was taught to save. Because if I see the money, I would spend it. That's how I used to be. You have to look at yourself. That's why I say you have to learn to outthink your opponent, and sometimes your opponent is yourself. You got to be able to know without a shadow of a doubt, I got to get this paid, regardless if if my job stop next week, how long can I live off my money, or do I have any? I didn't think like that till I was like 15. And a family member of mine had lost his job that he had been on for like, I think he was older than me, but he had lost his job. I think he had been on there like 17 to 20 years. And he was worried because he only had a year worth of money left to pay his bills. And I was like, a year worth of money? That's a lot of money. But really, it wasn't. If you're trying to keep up the lifestyle you've been living and nothing's coming in. I hadn't even thought about budgeting like that. You have to be able to survive for a minute. That's when you, like, I was watching some of these reports when they talking about, like, it was one guy I watched on YouTube where he talks about, you know, the stimulus and what they're signing and things of this nature. And I watched the comments. I can't think of his name right now, but he's the Asian guy. I don't know if you all watch him too, but he and I'm not poking fun at nobody, but that's, I don't know his name. I have to put it in the comments because I don't want to just be out here calling out people ethnicity. But he talks about, in the comments, people talk about, you know, I'm glad I had saved for a rainy day. And that's what saving for a rainy day is. The money that comes in, it don't go right back out the house. It saves for if I lose my job in 2 months, or I have hardship come up in 2 months, or weather comes about and just take my house out. That's rainy day weather. That's rainy day planning. That's rainy day money. It's not so much, okay, I got an extra check, I'm finna go buy them J's. That's not smart thinking. Because at the end of the day, you can go pawn your J's. They worth some money. But at the end of the day, what are you gonna do? We have to plan for longevity. We have to plan to be able to move past what I'm looking at. What am I looking at when I look at my hand? What am I looking at when I'm looking at my bills? Some people don't even like looking at their bills because they know they got to get paid and they know they don't have it right then. But how do you set goals? How do you prepare if you're not looking at what's on the table? That's why a lot of people stay high. They stay drunk. They can't fathom what they call a problem. You have to change your mind to know that this is a way of I have to live. My kids got to eat. There's a change that has to come about, and it's already came, but I think a lot of you are kind of like in a haze, like, okay, yeah, okay, I see it now. Okay, now it's time to do something else. Now it's time to profess and manifest in another way. Don't get mad at that person that you with because they not an entrepreneur, because that's what you're doing when you're arguing with them about why they didn't do this. That ain't their job. Let them go get the job that they need to go get. And if some of you are with an entrepreneur and you're trying to make a business work and you're not an entrepreneur, go back to work. Be like, you know what? This part ain't for me, but we're going to have to get somebody to come in and do the accounting. Now, everybody don't have that issue. Some people are with their mate and they make it work. But everybody's not an entrepreneur. Everybody's not a worker, you know, somebody that goes out and just work for other people. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not that. You know, you have to know where you fall in at so you can know exactly what it is that you're trying to do. And that's my goal. I want you all to get to a place of whatever you're supposed to be doing, get there. Don't go do something else because somebody else make it look good. A lot of the people that don't, people that don't like me, they want my gifts. Why are you coveting my shit? Go get your own. Get your unknown gifts and ability to read and work your own gifts. People will sit up and be mad at you because you working your shit and they ain't even tapped they shit. If I got gifts, you got them too. Like I said, I don't deal with the Bible like talking about, but I do know the one about the parable about the gifts and the talents. Some people done buried they stuff. Some people ain't even did nothing with their stuff. Just straight up, it's just there. And they want to be mad at you because you working your stuff. Get away from them people. Be okay with leaving the haters alone. Be okay. And one thing of every good plant need dirt to grow. Everybody need dirt to grow. Where the dirt come from? The people that don't like you, the haters, the people that come try to tell you about what you shouldn't be doing. People always want to run up and say, well, you know what? That ain't what I believe. I don't give a damn. Because I sleep good at night. Because one thing about, I'm going to say all religions, if they teaching you to be concerned with what somebody else doing, they trespassing. That's trespassing. Get your business straight. I could care less what somebody else think. Because when I was in it, they beat me down every day. And I thought I was doing what I was supposed to be doing. I ain't never been more free in my life. I only serve the Creator. There is nothing else. I will never pray to a man again. They got me messed up. Them was the worst days of my life. I've been free from that for 7 years now. Will I go back? Hell no, I never go back. The devil's a dirty, stank, funky lie. Will never go back. I will never give my power up again. Anytime you pray to somebody, you give your power up. And if you don't like what I'm saying, check that space on that channel where you keep it moving. Cause I ain't doing no tripping. I sleep good every night. I feel good about what I have to do. Cause one thing about it, at the end of the day, my purpose is gonna be work. Cause that's why I'm here. People think they here to judge, or they want to say, "Well, I was thinking that." I don't give a damn. Cause if you're thinking thoughts of me, you got your life messed up. Your thoughts should never be of anyone else. That bring in negative energy to you. Why am I concerned with you? If you're doing what you want to do, if you happy, why should I come convince you to do something else? That ain't of the Creator. I don't care what nobody say. I have no right to come tell you that this is this. No, because everybody don't walk the same path. You can look at your kids and know who gonna go where and who do what. You can look at your kids and see. You can look at your nieces and nephews and see. You can look at your grandkids and see. No path is the same. And that judging spirit keep a lot of us from where we need to be. I don't care if people get mad. I don't care if they don't like what I have to say. I'm only here to help people heal and keep moving. My job ain't to judge. Because we, just like David was a killer for God, that parable about him, we got people that walk the earth right now that are killers for God. See, a lot of people want to sit here and say, "Well, that ain't right." How you know? We sitting around judging people and we don't have no right. That's how karma come back. We mistreat people because of what we think of them. That's why a lot of people don't make it to even work their purpose, because what? You get hold to the power that you really have, you're going to kill people off of poor judgment and misunderstanding. I feel like at this point in the game, we have so much going on. People will sit around and be ready to tell you something when you finish doing something. And then when they realize you're not it. I'm not it. I'm not it. I'll tell anybody, you better be grouped up with yourself so you know who you are. I'm not condemning any church. I just know that it's not for me. And I don't need that talk. I don't need that. I don't want it. Because happiness comes from within. And what may make me happy may not make you happy. So I'm not trying to condemn anybody. My goal is to help you excel to the next level of wherever you're supposed to be. I get all types of people. I get Satanists. I get Buddhists. I get Christians. Because I don't even I know what they are. I can feel it in the energy, but it don't matter to me. Because everybody goes through their bondage period and everybody needs help at some point. Because we all have rites of passage. You got people trapped in family lineages because of curses and things of that nature, and they're one thing and they're supposed to be another. The scales have to balance. Don't be one of them people that judge people. Or they mad. You mad because somebody don't serve what you serve. What you mad for? That's why if you pay attention, people who are always concerned with who somebody's serving, they stuff ain't really right. They mind ain't right. The other day, this lady tried to get me, the guy was like, "Well, this, and this." I'll never go back to that. I said, "You have a good day," but just that, why are you trying to convince me? And I told you I'll never go back to that. Then you're going to tell me something, and I told you that ain't real. So now you want to talk? Okay, I don't feel like it's real. But I know that you're filled with hatred. but you pretend it's love. You only love those who think like you think. That is not love. You should better love everybody. This one guy gonna tell me, well, Moses said that we should hate them people. I say, well, if they hadn't picked Moses' little ass up out that water and hated him like what he was teaching, he wouldn't be here. So how you gonna teach something, but somebody shows you love and compassion? Oh, that was the favor put on my people. Oh, that was the no, that's misinterpretation, boo. Hatred don't never wins in the end. Never. I don't sit up and hate people. I have no reason to, because the Creator loves everybody. Because everybody got a role to play. How you think you taking something over somewhere that these people never believed in? Religion. They believed in spirituality, but you're taking religion to a place that they didn't even have. See, people sit here and say, well, this is this, whatever. I'm looking at when I pray at night and where I get my help from and where I got my healing from. And I do believe God meets you where you at. I'm just not there anymore. And it's okay if you're there. It's okay if you believe in, like I told that guy and that lady looked at me like she hated me. I know, because you teach hatred. You just said they said to hate those people. There is not nothing I will ever be a part of ever again in life. Ever. And I don't teach that in my house. I teach straight spirituality and knowing who you are. I don't teach that other stuff, because I know at the end of the day, peace and joy comes from having an understanding of who you are. Confusion does not bring peace and joy. Confusion does not bring that. You will always be on the outside looking in, wanting peace and joy. I never had it. When I preached Christianity, I never had it. Creator, I come to you and I thank you for the collective. I thank you for the mindset of change and growth and moving beyond the things that looks like barriers. But actually, it's just things to move beyond, to break these traditions, to break the things that just don't work. And be okay with a new plan. Be okay with that just may not be it anymore. I speak a lot of you, look at your hands, look at your deeds. Watch what it is that you say and do. What are you honestly being accountable for? Will you hush before somebody say hush? Sella. Y'all have a good one. I love y'all. Y'all stay encouraged. And just know that, the truth ain't always easy. And it don't spread like butter all the time. This your girl, NeenaRose. Holla at you.